Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we'll be looking at the Mercedes CLA 250. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Draper, Utah for giving me some time with this CLA 250. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Corey. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 25 around town and then 34 on the highway, with power outputs being 221 horsepower and then 258 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you can see all of the distinctive raised sections there. Looks pretty sweet, normal Mercedes fashion. Pretty cool with the turn signal indicator there on the headlight. And then you guys can see here with the grille, you've got the silver trim around the Mercedes logo and then more down below. And overall, it's a good looking car. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 45 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got the silver with the metallic gray. And then I like how the fender kind of bulges out a little bit. It's pretty cool. Nice silver trim all around the windows, on the door handles as well. And then if we take a few steps back, here's the side profile. Now this leads us to the key fob. We've got our lock and unlock function. We've got the opening for the trunk, and we'll pop it open. Now popping into the cargo area, you guys can see it is quite spacious here in the back. You've got these little tabs to fold down the seats if you need even more space beyond what is offered right there. It is manual for the pop down, so just kind of do that. Got that nice little spoiler there. Pretty cool taillight design. I'll quickly show you guys the little indicator there. It's fun. All of the rest of your badging here. Is this one of the ones with the logo? Yes, that's how you open up the trunk, is with the Mercedes logo. That's pretty cool. I like little engineering details like that. It's fun. There's the rest of the rear. Now taking a look at the door panel on the back, you can see the stitching here with the soft touch. Same thing down below, like that, with the little window control. And this is cool with the door handle. And then here are the seats. Nice trim down the center. Quickly pop in. Ooh, not too bad. Like room back here, better than I expected. Got a little storage net. We've got vents here for the rear passengers. Got a little USB port as well. It does slope in the back, so the headroom's a little bit tighter, but it's manageable. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see again with the stitching and the soft touch trim, blind spot warning with the mirrors, and then down below we've got all of our window controls here. The mirrors do power fold in, memory seat function with our seat adjustment, and this is cool with the trim that goes across. And then here are the seats, nice trim all down the center. And then you got the nice stitching there at the top. We've got our light controls here on the side as well. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. I like this trim here on the steering wheel as well. It's pretty cool. Paddle shifters there on the back. We also have a bunch of practical controls here in the front, including our adaptive cruise control. We've got this control here for the infotainment system. That is for that center screen. And then you've got the traditional stock setup on the back with the column shifter on the other side. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which we can scroll through and see what's happening, and then we can also change the theme, which I think is a fun part. Now this just has a traditional backup camera, good resolution though. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is a touchscreen. Again, you can control it with the steering wheel controls, but you can also just do normal touchscreen stuff with it. And then we've got some nice vents down below. Auto stop start, you can turn that off if you want. And then more nice trim on the dash. Same thing with this little area. It's got some ambient lighting. It's not gonna pop up on camera very well, but hopefully you get the point. And that's nice with that trim right there. Also, dual zone climate. It's a little USB port there with some cup holders. And then that's your dynamic mode select. That's so, there we go. I was gonna say it's so much glare you can't even see. Anyways, more storage here. Got a little storage area there as well. And pretty normal size glove box. Nothing fancy happening there. I always like Mercedes mirrors. They're nice looking. And then we've got a panoramic center up topper. I mean, I'd call it, it's pretty close to a panoramic. It's a big one. So here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see CLA 250. We've got the standard equipment here, base MSRP. Total MSRP less than 50 grand, 48,045 bucks. Not too bad. Let's see how it drives. Well, visibility is over the hood, both mirrors. Get the rest of the rear. And let us set off. Now, because this is less than 50 grand, that's why I've titled the video the blue collar Mercedes. But let's be real here. With how much money blue collar workers can make nowadays, the G-Wagon's the real blue collar Mercedes. Maybe, you know, 30 years ago, this would have been the blue collar Mercedes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. All my friends that do blue collar work make $200, $300 plus $1,000 per year. So, yeah. Still thought it was a fun video title to make though. But anyways, ride quality, it's good. All Mercedes, whether it's base model or, you know, high end, they all drive well. They've done a really good job with the suspension damping. And what it feels like is, in a car like this, it's still tight where you don't have a lot of body roll, but it kind of floats over the bumps a little bit. So it's kind of like you get the best of both worlds, where it still handles well, but it's not uncomfortable when the road kind of undulates, and again, you go over a little bump or this or that. It's nice. It doesn't upset the car. So I would say that Mercedes has just done a good job with this setup. And it's pretty quiet. I mean, you do get some tire noise. Wind noise is pretty minimal. We're also not going fast enough to get like a large amount of wind noise. But yeah, I mean, overall it's pretty typical for the segment. Again, this kind of competes against like BMW 3 Series. C-Class does that more so, but the CLA is kind of in that category. It's a weird setup if you ask me, how they have the whole thing. But this is what I'm talking about with the, see, it's just flat. I think Mercedes has probably, I don't know, done one of the best jobs with modern damping on a sedan. So I'm, yeah, going over these little things. Again, it's not huge compression, but it just doesn't upset it. And this engine's zippy as can be. It's quite impressive, actually. You know, you hear the power figures and you're like, ah, it's barely more horsepower than a Honda Civic. But, you know, with the dual clutch and with German horsepower always seems to eclipse other countries when it comes to what they put on paper versus what the car actually feels like. Yeah, it's really good. It's impressive. Look at that. It's quick, genuinely. Again, 221 horsepower is not a lot in today's world, but it genuinely feels quick. So, I think it's impressive. I think it's quite impressive. To cap things off, I think this drives well. I think that it looks good on the outside. And this is about the same price as the average brand new car. So you're getting a Mercedes and you're paying about the same as what most people are going to pay if they're going to buy any brand new car, period. By the way, luxury cars, average price is still over 60 grand. So I think it's a pretty solid offering in the new car market. But let me know your thoughts.